What's up, guys? This is a new channel started by me and my boys called MSP. MSP in the building. If you like the video, hit that like and subscribe. You know I'm raw to this YouTube stuff, you know what I mean? But I love the sport of boxing. My boys do, but they're not here right now. We're just doing a raw uncut for the Bud Crawford situation, or should I say Bud Daffy Duck Crawford. We're gonna call him Daffy Duck. Terence Daffy Duck Crawford. He ain't even got the Bud no more, man. You know, a lot of my respect with the negotiations. And I'm not biased either, you know. I listened to what he said on Instagram about the transparency. Transparency was the holdup. Obviously, I don't believe it. You know, Spence came out with the tweet saying, you know, we offered him complete transparency. He read straight from the contract. You know, Spence don't talk like them big words and shit. He don't talk like that. So no diss to Spence. Shout out to YS. Damn, I forgot the name of that shit. The website that always interview Boots and Boozy Ennis. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but shout out to them because they was talking about this. I think it's YS Media or something like that. Boxing. They always interview Boots and not Boots, but it's Boozy Ennis. And they was talking about the situation with Crawford and Spence and who they thought was at fault, and Bud never called them. Bud saying, you know, Boots and Virgil wasn't brought up, and the names wasn't brought up to me, but he claims that he's a boss, so you pick who you fight. They don't call you, you call them. You know what I mean? Boots is already in the waiting for you, but that's on a whole nother subject. Anyway, let's get back to this contract and what's true and not true, which no one knows. And like my boys, that my co-host that's not here right now. You know, I'm sending a rough draft for this. You know, my co-host, the professor and the scientist. Professor's kind of on my end, saying agreeing with me, saying it's mostly Bud fault. Mostly Bud fault. 100% Bud fault. Let's keep it funky. 100% Bud fault because Spence is still at the table and he fighting David Anesthesia. What Boost Pops calls him, Anesthesia. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call it Dave. Can't even pronounce his name. His name is David Anesthesia because that's what's gonna happen to him. He's going to sleep. Nobody wants to see that fight. Black Prime, BLK Prime, which Bud, no, we're not gonna call him Bud. Daffy Duck Crawford couldn't even say the name at the end of his Instagram. That was funny. Couldn't even remember the name of it, and they paying you $10. I mean, $10 million. Come on, man. How you remember that? And they paying you $10 million. Anyway, I don't get in Instagram this was bothers me. Even the whole Instagram thing bothers me from jump when he's talking about a guy on his supposedly on his behalf was representing him with Al Heyman in negotiations. A guy just come out the blue. That don't guys. How does that happen? A guy you don't know, not affiliated with you, come out the blue and negotiate on your behalf. That's BS, man. You know who it was. You had to know who it was. There's nobody you going into a fight and all of a sudden somebody just come out the blue and negotiate. And a big ass the fighter, the big fight in boxing, the biggest fight in boxing that can be made, right? I mean, as far as competitive wise and pound for pound wise, and you don't know who he is. It's crazy, man. That shit is crazy. Never heard nothing like that. That first one gave me like suspicion, like, you know, how you don't know who's representing you on your behalf for the fight. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. You know what I mean? So then he goes into all he wanted was a little transparency. This transparency thing got me bugging out because according to Spence and them, you know, we don't know if it's true, but I tend to agree with Spence. Not tend to agree with him, but I'm like on his favoring him on his side with the situation when he's talking about they agreed to show both fighters everything, the expenses and everything, and they gave Bud it was included in the contract to give Bud the right to approve expenses too where they was going. He read that shit and read it word for word and posted it on the thing on his Twitter and said if he's lying, tell Bud, I'm speaking for better, and tell Bud to put up the draft. And if he's lying, tell him to put up the draft. And he's right. Bud should put up the draft because Bud is making these accusations. They didn't come from PBC. PBC really didn't say too much. Didn't say anything bad about Bud. Bud wanted to started this controversial tangent, whatever you want to call it, by going on Instagram and blaming PBC basically for everything when you already was negotiating with another entity in David Anesthesia. We don't call him David Anesthesia because that's what's gonna happen to him. So what kind of businessman are you when you're negotiating a fight with PBC and you're negotiating another fight with another fighter with another network? Now you on this boss stuff. Oh, I'm a boss, you know. He has to talk to Al, you know. You say you're a boss, but you gotta talk to Al. My man, you was just talking to Bob Aaron. You gotta go through him. So you contradict yourself. You say, well, if I was with Top Rank, I would have to do the same thing. Well, he's with PBC. Of course he gotta do it. That makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? He has to talk to Al before he signed to them. He's loyal to them, which he should be. It did a lot for his career, you know? Can't be down on my man Spence because he's loyal with a guy that made his career. That's crazy. So I don't know, man. It just bothers me. I was looking forward to this fight, man, big time, and thought we was gonna get it. I was confident I'll make it a fight, but it almost seems like Bud never really wanted to fight. He probably, I don't know. It's hard to say because I know he's not scared of Spence, but it's just suspicious of you when they allegedly, let's say allegedly, they sent the 3 things you asked for in the beginning of October, according to media outlets, Dan Raphael and all of them. They said you had the contract since October 6th, 7th, 8th, one of them. PBC, they gave you the 3 things you asked for, which was transparency and some other stuff, I guess. But you never responded. So I'm assuming that you already had negotiated the deal with David Anesthesia. Back in October, in the beginning of October, and left PBC hanging out to dry. You know, trying to find waiting on you. And now they gotta find a fight for Spence. Now, you ever seen that game, Duck Goose? This is what Bud is playing. This is what Daffy Duck is playing right now. We don't call him Terence, Daffy Duck Crawford. No more Bud. Terence Daffy Duck Crawford is playing this Duck Goose game. You got Spence, you got Boots, you got Virgil Ortiz, you got Keith Thurman, all sitting in the circle, right? And he's going Duck, Spence, Duck, Boots, Duck, Virgil, and Geeson, David Anesthesia. This nigga, I don't want to say that. This dude, Duck, Goose. David Anesthesia is the Goose. He passed up 3 credible opponents to fight this guy. I understand you fighting for 10 million and you coming to the end of your career, so you know it's hard to you gotta respect this hustle, but at the same time you can't call yourself number 1 pound for pound when you're fighting a guy that's in the top 50 of the handicap boxing association, who's David Anesthesia. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I respect fighting. David Anesthesia, he's an okay fighter, but nowhere on the level of Terence, Daffy, Duck, Crawford, or any of those guys. You know, you don't even belong in the ring with you. It's just sad to see boxing going out like that. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts on this. You know, I'm curious to see what people think of Terence, Daffy, Duck, Crawford. I don't know, man. I just love the sport of boxing. I hate to see fights like this not happen. And it's becoming more common with the more common trend because of Floyd. Floyd's really started this. Money over everything, and I gotta respect that because it's a good hustle. Boxers been getting underpaid for years, but now they're getting overpaid, and now they can't make the fights that we need to see because boxers are asking for too much money. The money's not there with all these streaming, illegal streaming websites and all that other stuff that people do. You know, getting free fights, taking money out of the fighters' pockets. So I don't know. It's just crazy, and I love the sport of boxing. This is a raw cut, so this is my first time doing this. I'm going off the top of the head, so y'all gotta bear with me. I'll get better with time, man. Shout out to Boxing Voice. I watch them all the time. Shout out to Ellie Setback Reporting. I watch him all the time. As YSM Boxing or something like that in Philly that does boots and Bozies, and they always in the gym interviewing those guys. I love their channel, and can't forget Showbiz the Dope. Look, them eyes, man. Yo, y'all inspired me to be, do a podcast with my friends. They ain't here right now because I'm doing a test run by myself. They eventually gonna come in. They'll probably talk better than me. One is the scientist. He's a diehard Bud fan. Professor's kind of neutral, but he's a Bud fan. Kind of agreeing with me on the situation with Bud. I'm not biased. I like Spence and Crawford, but I gotta say what it is. I gotta tell you what the real is. You know what I mean? MSP, we're gonna keep it funky. We keep it funky on this channel, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna do predictions on fights, break down fights. Talk about individual boxers and skills and all that type stuff. We're very big die-hard fans. You should see, we argue, debate in Texas all the time for hours, and we just thought, we should do a podcast, instead of texting for hours on the phone at work, arguing, debating about topics where we can be talking on YouTube. So I don't know. So please like and subscribe. I'm trying to do this thing. I'm raw. Trying to, I love the sport of boxing. My son boxes. Shout out to my little son. My son, he's not little Sean. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. He's an amateur, 3-0. 2 knockouts. He loves the sport. So this is a boxing family, man. So please like and subscribe, man. Support the channel, man. I'll be back for another topic. This is the raw uncut. So salute to you guys. Hope y'all enjoy this content we about to be giving y'all, and it's a long Sound like B-Hop accepting an award. Taking mad long to get off. So that's it, and keep listening, like and subscribe.